Eduards Андерс, pasaulē atzīts zinātnieks. Dzimis Liepājā, dzīvo Amerikā. Viens no retajiem, kam izdevās izdzīvot holokaustā, kurā gāja bojā 70 000 Latvijas ebreju.
I left Liepāja in 1944, and I wasn't able to visit it for many years in Soviet times, although I visited Latvia 3 times starting in 1964. Liepāja was a closed city.
1941. gada vasarā pēc Vācu karaspēka ienākšanas Latvijā padomju okupāciju nomainīja nacistiskās Vācijas okupācija. Nacisti sludināja, ka notikusi atbrīvošana no bolševisma tomēr vienlaikus apspieda jebkurus latviešu neatkarības centienus. Komunistu noziegumus izmantoja, lai par vainīgiem pasludinātu ebrejus, kuri bija nolemti brutālai iznīcināšanai. Šodien 4. jūlijas ir holokausta upuru piemiņas diena, kad godinām arī Latvijas iedzīvotājus, ebreju glābējus.
This was the first stop the policeman took us to after they had arrested us. The young policeman was terribly angry, and he walked up quite close to me, and then gnashed his teeth and said, "Nolada Žīdapornis," which means damned Jewish snout. And, and 2 policemen stayed outside guarding us, faces against the wall, and the others went inside, and we could see lights go on in one apartment after another, wherever Jews lived. So let's look inside the yard if we can. If it'll go, fine, we can get in. Yes. I came in through the gate, and then they took me. We had to stand faces against the wall. We were some of the last people to come, so we stood quite close to the gate.
And how many people would be here?
I think certainly easily 500. It was very crowded because people that stood shoulder to shoulder, and as deep as they needed to be. And we knew that this was a way of no return.
No Liepājas SS un policijas priekšnieka Dītriha 1941. gada kara dienas grāmatas. 15. decembris, žīdu akcijas sākums. Jūrmalā aiz kara ostas nošauti 270 cilvēki. Laiks augsts, viegls sals. 16. decembris, žīdu akcija turpinās. Laiks sals. 17. decembris, beidzās žīdu akcija. Pavisam nošauti 2749 žīdi. Kurzem ir no žīdiem brīva, izņemot 350 žīdu amatniekus, kuri vajadzīgi neatliekamiem darbiem. Laiks viegls sals. 18. decembris. Sevišķi notikumu nav. Munīcijas patēriņš ir tikai žīdu apšaušanas dēļ 6000 patronu. Laiks atslāpstošs sals.
How did you get out?
There was a short German policeman, and so he stared at us for a while, presumably to check our Aryan appearance, and I had some of my light blonde hair was sticking out under my school uniform cap, which he must have noticed, and then suddenly with his thumb, he motioned to the gate. He said, "Gate." So this will be pointed G, approximately 2 times. Yeah, and then we only go 27 meters.
Yeah.
So let's go 139 meters. Somebody has to count steps. 200 steps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Līdz šim tika uzskatīts, ka masu iznīcināšanas vieta un upuru mirstīgās atliekas pie Liepājas ir ieskalotas jūrā. Taču Eduards Андерс, izpētot satelītu uzņēmumus, nesen atklāja, ka nogalināto cilvēku masu kapi joprojām atrodas šķiras kāpās.
Cik mums jau ir? 144.
144, jā?
Jā. This is the big ditch. The bodies fell into the ditch. Some of them landed on the edge of the ditch, and there was a special Schutzmann who was a so-called kicker, who then went around and pushed them into the ditch. There were 3 groups of killers. 2 groups were Latvian and 1 was German, and they took turns. People had to undress, young women had to undress completely naked, and others could keep their underwear on. And then groups of 10 were marched to the ditch, to the side of the sea. The ditch was about 8 meters wide and about 200 meters long. It was terrible. And the firing squad stood on the far side of the ditch, and there were 20 men, so for each victim they had 2 bullets, one aimed at the head and the other one at the heart. And children that could stand were treated like adults. Small children that had to be carried by the mothers were required to hold them high and give 1 bullet for the child, 1 for the mother.